the fairy tale episode or 2014's 63, and well, what can we say? The episode starts with somewhat action and somewhat despair as Ersa Mira Jane goes to the former council chief who serves them tea, revealing even he doesn't have information to about everything about Thace. It's so secret that no one is supposed to know. How does that even make sense? How can you even do things like that? The two badass ladies then sense enemies. They attack as the once upon a time rivals are now side by side fighting buddies. Either way, as on another side note, Elfman is continuously choking out the life of Lysana, and he is more and more breaking down, as he even resorts to begging. Syla, the demon, gives, well, she doesn't smile, but gives him a ultimatum that if you sell your soul to me, I will give you something else. Elsewhere, the reborn Oracion Seis has been freed. But that includes even Brain. That Cobra just offs like that because he heard what Brain really thought about them a long time ago. The only reason why they followed him was apparently he adopted them from their Tower of Heaven part. Because, well, that's I think why only Midnight called him father, is because he saw it as him as a father. Either way, Jelal and Meredi appear, but Jelal decides to take care of the Oracion Seis himself. As Razor attacks, it revealed Jelal says all their real names. Oh, and here's one thing. You know, Hot Eye do not want to attack Jelal because, well, the Nirvana made him good again. So Midnight respects that and reveals his real name, Macbeth. Gotta say that Macbeth a bit suits his darkness-like ability. However, Macbeth, as I will call him now, looks so much more girly than ever. you cannot even see if it's a man or a girl anymore. However, he is voiced by a male actor, so yeah, it's not that unknown. Either way, Razor attacks, we hear his real name too, Sawyer. Is that a way to say that he's so free? As Cobra attacks, a long time ago in the anime filler we heard his real name too. It was Eric. And that doesn't... And it's a bit funny. We heard his real name in the anime and now we hear it again. As Yella blocks their attacks, Angel does some kind of angel magic. The strange thing is, she did something similar in the anime filler, but now it didn't look like she did that risky-like. However, we hear her name too, Sorano, the older sister of Yukino. Well, a lot of people suspected that when that was revealed, but what I mean is, are those two sisters ever gonna meet each other again? One can actually wonder how such a kind sister turned into such a loathing girl, but one can only guess it had to do with Brain's influence, being as a slave on the Tower of Heaven, and, well, not fulfilling a dream. But one can actually wonder, does she even remembers her sister? Could it be that she wanted to be an angel so she could reach her sister who she considered an angel? It's useless to think about that. Either way, on a side note, it turns out that the chairman, yes, is a betrayer. He has drugged Ersa and Mira through tea, and they are captured by Tartaros where Kyoka decides to torture Ersa. Here's a funny note. She has a shirt on but no pants. Make me suggest that, well, the anime in the chapter she was naked. Here she's not. Okay. Well, anyway, the chairman apparently sold out everyone's fate for money, and Frammalt promises money, but he hasn't counted one thing: the fact that the most unlikely guy figured out that the chairman was a betrayer, and that guy was Natsu, who got to the house but was too late, sniffed out the chairman's scent, and then, like his anger, just like an anger comet, rushes right into the fray. Now the fight against Tartaros is really heating up. That's basically this episode. Uh, well, besides the fact that I'm worried, when I say I'm worried, I have a feeling it probably took 3 chapters from the manga. The more they do it, the less likely we will get an anime sequel. Although I have already predicted that after this Tartarus arc, Fairy Tail will once again end an anime, because, well, the manga is not that far off. But on another side note, well, awesome music as usual. The quality of the episodes, though, I'm not really sure. So maybe. But what was the biggest surprise, or not surprise really, was that Ersa was not naked in the torture chamber. She was in the manga, but I guess the anime has to censor that. But give me your thoughts if you have.